matter in our surroundings. So matter means what is the meaning of the matter? So matter is anything which occupy the space and has the mass. It may be anything which can be occupy the space and should having the mass. So you can take any example like chalk piece, duster, or anything. You can take an example for it. It is as a matters. So classification of the matter, how we are going to classifying it into matters. So just I will read out the every points, then I'll go for the explanations. So early Indian philosophers classified in the form of 5 basic elements as air, earth, fire, sky and water called Panchatattva. Second point, on the basis of the physical state, matter is classified as solids, liquids and gases. On the basis of the chemical composition, matter is classified as pure substances and the mixtures. So pure substance may be elements or the compounds, mixtures may be the homogeneous mixtures or the heterogeneous mixtures. How we are classifying the matters? So early Indian philosophers, what they did, according to them, there is a matter is a Panchatattva. What is that Panchatattva? There should be 5 elements, 5 basic elements, that is air, earth, fire, sky and the water. This is they call that it is a matters. So on the basis of the physical state, by seeing them, by physically if you see how we can classify them we classify them as solids, liquids and gases on the basis of their physical state. On the basis of the chemical composition, matter is classified as pure substances and the mixtures. We are going to learn about this solid, liquid and the gases and about the pure substances and the mixtures. So pure substances example maybe it may be elements or the compounds, but mixtures may be a homogeneous mixtures or the heterogeneous mixtures. Next is physical nature of the matter. So what is the physical structure of the matter? So matter is made up of particles. The particles of matter are very tiny. The particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matter attract each other. So what is the physical nature of the matter? They are having made up of particles. There are small particles in this. So the particles of the matter are very tiny. Very tiny means it's very small. So next point is the particles of matter have space between them. So there is a space between them. So the particles of matter are continuously moving. They are not a constant thing. They are continuously moving. The particles of matters are attract each other. So matter is made up of the particles. How we can confirm this thing? So matter is whether it's made up of particles or anything else. So just do one activity. Activity is take some water in the beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or the sugar in it with the help of a glass rod. The salt dissolves in the water, but the level of the water does not change. This is because the particles of the water get into the space between the particles of the water. This shows that matter is made up of the particle. So what they did here, they took some water in the beaker, then they done what you have to do, you have to note its level. So what you have to do next, you have to take some salt or the sugar and you have to dissolve in the water by using the spoon or glass or anything you can use and dissolve it. Next what you have to do, the salt dissolves in the water but the level of the water does not change. If it is dissolves in the water also, the level of the water will be not changed. So why? It is because of the water get into the space between the particles of the water. This shows that matter is made up of the particles. Understood? Next is the particles of the matter are very tiny. How we can show that it is a very tiny things? So dissolve 2 to 3 crystals of the potassium permanganate in the 100 ml of the water in the beaker. Take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of the water. So take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of the water. Repeat this process 5 to 6 times. This shows that a few crystals of the potassium permanganate can color a large volume of the water because there are millions of the tiny particles in each crystal. So what you have to do, see 100 ml of the water and dissolving 2 to 3 crystals of the potassium permanganate in the beaker. You can see the color of the beaker is very like how it is it is very dark, right? So again you have to do what? Again you have to take 100 ml of this solution from which you are prepared, no? From that you have to take, again you have to mix it with 100 ml. Like that you are going to repeat same thing for 2 to 3 times. What happens? The color of the solution will be go on decreases. So this is, we can say that the particles of matter are very tiny. Next is, the particles of matter have space between them. How can we show that it having the space between them? Take some water in the beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or the sugar in it. With the help of the glass rod, the salt dissolves in the water, but the level of the water does not change. This is because the particles of the salt get into the space between the particles of the water. About this I am not going to explain more because we already discussed in the activity 1. So next we'll move on to the particles of the matter are continuously moving. How they will move? Take some water in the beaker and put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker. Leave it undisturbed for a few hours. The ink spreads evenly throughout the water due to the movement of the particles of the water and the ink. The intermixing of two or more different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. So if you do this experiment, you can clearly observe the movement of the particles inside the water, so that we can say that particles are continuously moving. Next is, particles of the matters are attract each other. How they will attract to each other? Take an iron nail, a piece of chalk and the rubber band. Try breaking them by hammering, cutting or stretching. It is more easier to break the chalk, less easier to break the rubber band, and difficult to break the iron nail. This is because the particle in the iron nail are held together with greater force than in the rubber band or the chalk. You can clearly observe in the picture which is given in this slide how it may be. Iron nails are the solid substances. Even chalk also solid and rubber band also solid substance. But compared to iron nail and the nail, the chalk and the rubber band is less harder than the iron nail, right? So the particles which is present in the iron nail are closely arranged compared to chalk and the rubber band. So it is what particles of matters are attract each other. So states of the matters. So what are the different states of the matters? We already discussed, right? They may exist in the different states. They are solid, liquid and the gas. Properties of the solids is, solids have definite shapes and the fixed volume. The space between the particle is minimum. The force of attraction between the particle is maximum. The movement of the particle is minimum. They are least compressible. Their rate of diffusion is least. Properties of the liquids. Liquids have no definite shape but have fixed volume. Liquids take the shape of the container. The space between the particle is intermediate. The force of attraction between the particle is intermediate. The movement of the particle is intermediate. They are less compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than the solids. So what happens in the properties of the liquids? They don't have their definite shape. What they will have? They having the fixed volume. So what the liquids will do? They will take the shape of the container. So the space between the particle is intermediate. So everything is intermediate here. So they are less compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than the solid. So what is the properties of the gases? Gases have no definite shape or the fixed volume. Gases occupy the whole space of the container. The space between the particle is maximum. The force of attraction between the particle is minimum. The movement of the particle is maximum. They are most compressible. The rate of diffusion is more than the solids and the liquids. So see here, by seeing these images, you can clarify the molecules or the particle which is present in the all the three states are how we can show. So in the gas you see all the particles are freely moving. So liquid you see the little they are nearer and or little near they are arranged, right? So compared to solid are very tightly arranged. So change of the state. When a solid is heated, it changes into liquid. When the liquid is heated, it changes into the gases. When a gas is cooled, it changes to liquid. When a liquid is cooled, it changes into solid. So example is there. If ice is heated, it changes into water. Obviously you know, right? When ice is heated, it changes into water. If water is heated, it changes into steam. If steam is cold, it changes into water. If water is cold, it changes into ice. This is the process of what? From solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, liquid to again solid. So heat, cool, solid state, heat, cool liquid state, again the gaseous state, right? This is the change of states in the matter. When you boil, it will again steam the procedure. Next is the melting, or we call it as a fusion. When a solid is heated, the particles begin to vibrate with a greater speed and begin to move more freely. Then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. The process of melting is also known as what? Fusion. So when a solid is heated, what and the particles begin to vibrate with a greater speed and begin to move more freely. So then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. The process of the melting is also known as what? It is a fusion. The temperature at which solid melts is called as its melting point. That a melting point of ice is 0 degrees centigrade or 273 Kelvin. Latent heat of the fusion. The amount of the heat energy is required to change 1 kg of the solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called the latent heat of the fusion. So this is a melting point. How we can measure the melting point of the liquid? So next is the boiling. When the liquid is heated, its particles begin to move even faster. Then at the particular temperature, the liquid begins to boil and changes into gas. So boiling is a bulk phenomena. When liquid boils, the bulk of the liquid changes into vapor. So the temperature at which the liquid start boiling is called its boiling point. The boiling point of the water is 100 degrees centigrade or 373 Kelvin. How to convert degree Celsius to 270 Kelvin? So it is you have to add 273 Kelvin plus 100, then you can convert degree Celsius to Kelvin. So one, you know, right? 0 degree centigrade Kelvin is equal to 0 degree centigrade is equal to 273 Kelvin. So latent heat of vaporization. The amount of the heat energy required to change 1 kg of the liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called what? It is a latent heat of vaporization. So the amount of the heat energy required to change 1 kg of the liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called what? Latent heat of vaporization. So effect of temperature on molecular motion. When it is solid to cold, all the particles are arranged little tightly. When you hot it is, the particles will move little far, very little loose. When liquid comes or when you cold it, again the particles come nearer. And when you hot, it will go again far. So what do you mean by sublimation? The change of state directly from solid gas or from gas to solid is called what? Sublimation. When you change the state of the any particles directly from solid to gas or this from gas to solid is called what? Sublimation. Example, if solid camphor or the ammonium chloride is heated, it changes into vapor. If the vapors are cooled, it changes into solid. So this is the experimental setup. We need cotton, inverted funnel, ammonium chloride vapors or ammonium chloride solidified china dish and burner. So what you have to do, you have to take the china dish with ammonium chloride and you have to inverted funnel you have to place on it. Then cotton should be kept on the mouth of the funnel. Then what you do, you have to heat the ammonium chloride. So what happens, ammonium chloride vapors are get inserted into the funnel, then it will be get in the mouth of the funnel, it will be get solidified. So what is the procedure here? Is solid ammonium chloride is heated, it changes into the vapor. It changes first into the vapor, then if the vapors are cool, it changes into the solid. So effect of the pressure on the gases. When pressure is applied on the gas, the particles come closer and the gas changes into liquid. We can liquefy the gases by applying the pressure and reducing the temperature. So compressed solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. If the pressure is reduced, it changes directly to gas without coming into liquid state. So solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. So interconversion of the three states of the matter. The states of the matter are interconvertible. The state of matter can be changed by changing the temperature or the pressure. So solid to convert into liquid, what you have to do the fusion. Liquid to solid, you have to do the procedure, we call it as a solidification. Liquid to gas, you have to do the vaporization. Gas to liquid is condensation. Gas to solid is sublimation. Solid to gas is also sublimation. Next is evaporation. The change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the forces of attractions and changes to the vapor states. So factors affecting the evaporations. The rate of evaporation depends upon surface area, temperature, humidity and the wind speed. Increasing the surface area increases the rate of the evaporation. Means what? When the increase in the surface area, when the surface area increases, the rate of evaporation also it is increases. When the temperature increases, the evaporation also increases. When the humidity is decreases, the evaporation will be increases. Increase in the wind speed increases, the rate of evaporations also increases. So this is about the evaporations. High energy evaporating. So medium energy pulled back into the water. Lower energy remains as a solid. Evaporation causes cooling. When the liquid evaporates, the particles of the liquid absorb the heat from the surroundings and evaporates. So the surroundings become cool. So means what? When the liquid evaporates, the particles of liquid absorb the heat from the surroundings. When it is evaporating, then what they will do? The liquid absorbs the heat from the surroundings and it evaporates. So the surroundings becomes what? It is cool. Example, people sprinkle water on the roof or open ground because during the evaporation, water absorbs the heat, makes the hot surface cool. During the summer, we sweat more because during the evaporation, the sweat absorbs the heat from our body, making the body cool. Wearing the cotton clothes in the summer keeps us cool because cotton absorbs the sweat, and when the sweat evaporates, it absorbs the heat from our body, making the body cool. How the evaporative cooling is effect? You are sprinkling the water on the roof, so what happens? Warm air will be enter into the roof. So we'll consider this as the roof. When the warm air enter into the roof, and if you sprinkle the water on that, what happens? Warm air will be converted into the cooler air and it will be get the cooler air outside. So desert coolers. So how it will be works? Desert coolers, they will take the warm air and it will enter to the filter. They will be under the water tank, right? So filter will be filter the warm air, and again it is the water tank will be pump the water to the filter. Filter will be filter the water and transfer to the tank. Then again we'll get the cooler air from the outside. This is called desert cooler, function of the desert cooler. In today's class, we learned about the matter in our surroundings. This is about the matter in our surroundings. I explained almost all the things in this chapter. So if you have doubt, you can ask in the class also, or you can put up the messages also. Thank you.